So for nearly 5 months, this knife here has become a daily driver for me, because when it comes to having a pocket knife, for this brand here to come out of the box shaving sharp, it is a huge surprise, because when you have a pocket knife that actually doesn't have like a finger flicking system, but it requires a middle finger, a index finger or thumb to open it up, stuff like that is actually like of a different story, because you have a knife that does a good job with everything it needs. But the scary thing about it is that whenever I use this knife, about 5 months now, nearly, I cut myself multiple times. I'm not gonna lie. Normally it never happens to me before, but since that actually happened to me, I'm really scared of holding this knife. But I have to like learn something from it, because in order for me to have the courage to keep on going with this knife, this is actually like something that I really enjoy to have, because a knife like this, worth about basically 30 pounds, it is amazing, you know, as a daily driver, as for everyday use. It is not bad at all, because the other knife I had before, it was like rubbish for an 8CR 13mm steel itself. This D2 steel here, it's great. I have like another D2 steel from the Ollertons, another brand itself, but for this, worth 30 pounds, with a sheep's foot blade itself, that's actually quite beautiful, because I have the carbon fiber, slippery as hell, but with the G10 handles, not bad at all for a value like this, because when you have something like that, it is something that I really enjoy to have, because learning from it ever since I got it out of the box, it was so hard to open, it was so hard to take it out of the box, it was so hard to use it with like a middle finger. I was mostly used to a thumb, and I'm used to a, okay, that's scary as hell, with a finger over here, because with the blade itself, that direction, I have a feeling I'm going to cut myself accidentally, so there you go. The thing about it, you have like a clip that I had to like put a washer below, because in order to stabilize it, I had to put a washer below. This over here, notice that the screw over here is actually smaller than this one here, so it doesn't make any sense at all, you know, because it's actually like odd. And not to mention that over there, when it comes to like tying up and stuff, does stick out, but it's not actually all that bad. But still, it is a nice knife, you know. Let me give you an example about the sharpness itself. This right here is a receipt you can get from McDonald's in case you need it. And I like this kind of receipts because it actually does like a good demonstration of how sharp it really is. So as I open it up, it is still shaving sharp, because I sharpened it recently with a steel sharpener or so. So there's that example itself. But because of that, need to like get a little strap to make sure it's decent. But look at that. Sorry about that. It is still sharp, because whenever I sharpened before with a leather strap, I was able to cut it for plastic. Let me just show you another example here. This over here you can get from the water bottle, because of the label itself, as they're like easy to come off. But let me show you another thing over here. I mean, look at that. Even when I sharpen it and just take care of it, it is still sharp, you know. I don't know how ZDP 189 steel is, or M390 steel, but when it comes to a knife like this, it is a good example about how a blade really is, because you have a well-built sheep's foot itself. And imagine the blade itself is really sharp, like shaving sharp. Let me just show you an example here. That would be too scary. But as I actually am taking good care of it and does a good job of looking after it, let me give you an example here. Come on, focus. Put on the 4K. I sharpened it, by the way. Yeah, it's very scary as hell, you know, guys. It's really scary as hell. And that's the example right there. It's still sharp, because I'm really good at sharpening knives, you know. Even my sister and even my uncle love my knife sharpening skills. So there you have it. This is the video of after 5 months of having this pocket knife. Well, nearly 5 months. But it's a really nice knife, you know. It's a really nice knife, and it's a really nice lesson to learn from it, because it is a good example about how a pocket knife really is. So yeah, for Ganzo, I love it so much, and I love the blade material, and I love the G10 handles, and I love the blade itself. So there you have it. But anyways, have a nice day, and have a nice, wonderful day. Cheers.